we're gonna play Build a Boat. So now my game is not loading. Wait, I'll come back with a fully loaded game. Okay, I'm in Build a Boat for treasure. So I'm gonna try to get into one's team. I'm trying to get in the yellow team by spamming them. Ha 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 ha, noob. Get noob, please. Yes, 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 yes. Yeah, yay, 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 yay. What's up? Help me. Yo. Yo, what the heck? He's a baka kaka laka kaka. Anyway. I'll go. I hate this card. Oh, never mind. Let me just do. Yo. Yo, we keep on despawning your boat. Well, cool. Stop, I'm still recording. What the heck? Go. Sister, why would you do that? I was still recording and I'm supposed to be in my video. You sexy fucker. Be quiet, get off of my video. Oh, bro. Relatable family. What the? So what the heck? That's not what's bad, kid. I'm leaving. See you when I'm in a different. Oh, I'm in Wacky Rivers. Let's see if my Pokemon. A kennel? A kennel sauce. Oh, my game is loading. Better internet here. Switch where I have better internet. Oh my! I will switch a spot where I have better internet by. Oh, the Wacky Wizard 6. This loads when I get on. I'm on Wacky Wizard. Is this even like? the flash. I have honey over my body. That will make me walk slow. I thought that will make me walk. I have star code Genji. Ah, star. The bat. Bunny girl. Let's see what the bat. Spider. So we're gonna play Dragon Ball Ultimate Clash. Let's play. I work so I work so hard in this game. God, stop. I remember when you exhorted me. Time to Shocking. YouTube. Please don't get copyrighted. Not Cash App. Wait, let me show you when I'm on. Okay, let's watch this. Okay, I'm just watching this one. Return back when the video's finished.
To our brand new renovated game. Walking to the cell door, I can only hear silence. Whoever brought me here is gone for now. I look around the room for any possible escape routes. These bars are too strong for me to punch through. I notice there is wood, so I gather up 4 blocks and make a crafting table. With 2 more pieces of wood, I can make some sticks. Just need 3 more and I can craft a pick. Help me. I am forced to eat the rotten food and drink water dripping from the ceiling. But then I hear something from above. Footsteps. The ceiling suddenly breaks and a pickaxe drops to the ground. Who is this mysterious person that has helped me? No time to find out. I need to start my escape before anyone returns to check on me. Leave. In the mines, I use my pickaxe to fight off some mobs. Luckily for me, there is some old wood I can grab around the caves. I grab a bunch more ores and fight off any mobs in the area before returning to my cell. Doesn't look like anyone is around and still silence outside. I use my wood to make some sticks and now I have a proper weapon. Time to break on out of here. Coming out of the cell, it's completely empty with cobwebs around. The 2 chests are empty. Coming into what looks like the barracks, there are some tools and a little bit of food. Looks like there's this blocked off area here. With the axe, I break in. Looks like it is full of precious ores. Wonder why anyone would just abandon this place. I grab any remaining items around and head out of the cave. Looks like there are some tents stationed outside. The chest has a bit of food and some wood. Looking around, seems to be nothing in sight. Something must have scared these guys away, but what? Don't want to stick around to find out. Climbing up a hill, I have a good look around the area. After traveling through forests, on top of forests, along sandy beaches, and killing whatever this creepy thing is, I arrived in a nice open plain. I think this spot will make an excellent place for building a small. Many cool features such as voice chat, dancing emotes, costumes, and daily events such as link in the description to them. Everywhere I go, there is some in waiting. So I run off into the forest, hiding in a tree. They aren't able to get me. I use this to my advantage to start to pick them off one by one, and they start to run away. The prey suddenly has become the predator. Returning back to my half house, I finish and head by. Quickly, I run out to investigate. Looks like something has fallen from the sky and landed in the ocean. Let's grab a bit of wood and time to go find out what that was. By the time I made a boat and got out in the water, the smoke trail was gone. Lots of blinds swimming around, and I saw this weird thing. Just turns out they are empty pockets of air. Now that it is nearing night, let's head on back home. Kill a few zombies, and oh boy, what is that? That must have been what scared off the people that kidnapped me. Let's stay clear for now. After some creepers, I made it home safely. The next day, it's time to go mining for real. Coming into the first cave, there were also there's a sketchy zombie outside that isn't lighting on fire. First off, I need to make electronics so I can craft high-tech electronics, which help me make Stark Tech to make the Stark workbench. Here at this wonderful workbench, I can work on my very own arc reactor. With that procedure done, I am now one step closer to becoming Iron Man. Some bows. Good thing I got all those cobwebs from my prison cell. And well, looks like I don't have any cobblestone, so let's get that in the morning. now have 4 repulsors to my name. Let's get this suit made, and oh man, does it look very, very pretty. The suit has some special abilities. First one is a repulsor blast that shoots a beam through one hand, and the second is shooting with both hands. The closer I am to the target, the more damage it does. Also shoots away any grass and will break windows. The next set I will have to work on is the Mark 1. As you can see, I need a lot more materials. Good thing I already smelted up. It was easy enough to find, and after spending a lot long, I think my best bet is to sail across the ocean, as this thousands of blocks journey back home. It didn't take nearly as long to get back since I had the coordinates for my base already written down. So glad I did. With some cactus smelted, we can craft the color filter needed for the polarized glass. I now have a cell phone in Minecraft. This device shows me all the abilities, and well, this suit only has 2. Looks like the next goal is to build the start crafting. This cave looks very promising. Coming around a corner, there is a swarm of skeletons. Good thing my repulsors can damage multiple targets. Further in the cave, I found a zombie spawner. Let's get rid of these guys and light up the storage and left everything to smelt. The first thing I need to craft is titanium alloy, and this uses gold. I really didn't find too much gold while mining. Next, I need to get some red dye, and adding the 2 together, you get dyed alloy. Also need some yellow dye for more alloy. I got more than enough dye, get more gold to finish the alloys. Gonna make some pickaxes, and I think I will try strip mining this time. 1 pickaxe, 2. With all the gold smelted, we can move on to making our titanium axe. I have to defeat a bunch of mobs for the entire night. And by a bunch of mobs, with the night of mob killing done, I went up a couple thousand tokens. Time to wait around and do it again. With all that done, I am like 100 tokens short. Come on, I'm so close. Let's just go in the caves and fight some stuff. Now I am good to go. And this is when I learned that it won't let me use my used Under Armour to craft a brand new suit. How disappointing. And it looks like I am short on titanium. So let's grab a few ores and get those smelted. Now it's time to make the set of Under Armour. And here we go, the Mark 4 suit. I am Iron Man. This helmet opening and closing feature has to be one of the coolest things I've ever seen in a mod pack. The suit also gives me X-ray vision. Those are the blue mob things glowing around. And grabbing our here's cell phone, I can check the abilities. Bulletproof, eh? Also, I can fly. Yeah, that's right. I can fly, and I look really cool while doing it. I still have my 2 basic abilities of shooting beams through my hands, and the 3rd ability unlocked is this little boost to probably help me get away from dangerous things. All the other abilities are locked for now. When I look at mobs, it shows me a bunch of cool information, including their health. Also in the future, I will be able to use Jarvis for things.
Sorry, could not find protocol in my database.
And here's where it explains how I can get skill points to level up and unlock new abilities. And when building the portal, another meteor. You aren't getting away this time.
If you only list your vacation home on Airbnb, you might attract someone looking for a quaint little...
When I landed in the water, I spotted something, and after I hit it, it began to attack me. After giving it some of my beams, it didn't die. Looking up online, I need to capture this with a vial, and when I returned with the vial, it had despawned. Then a prison break happened. This is the perfect opportunity to use my new suit. The beams really don't do all that much damage. What does all the damage is punching. Check out the nether. But real fast, I went home and cleaned out my inventory, and for what I... And for whatever reason, there were creepers around. Back inside, I got up on a tall spot since I saw some warnings about how powerful the mobs are in here. It seems like some of them will just attack you. Also looks like they have a chance to spawn in friends, which could be really bad. I sat shooting my beams to keep them at a distance, which worked well until it didn't. As you can see, they are pretty dangerous as just a few hits took my armor down quite a bit. So I did my best to do a bit of towering and these guys had 100 health and took away 13 armor integrity with a single hit. But since I took out the keepers, they spawned in a brute that also have 100 health, but can take away almost 70 integrity with a single blow. I fought this guy off the best I could and was down to 458 armor integrity at the end of the battle. And that was just one brute. Also, for some reason, when pigmen are around, it doesn't let me fly at all. So I did what any sane person would do and ran for my portal. And let's just say those thrusters really came in handy to get me away and jump up high. Once through, I got attacked a bit, but my thrusters got me out of there. I shot my beams at them a bit to try and take my revenge, but after dealing with it a bit, I decided it wasn't even worth it. I tried to fly away, but it doesn't let me. Also, if you didn't notice, it put me in some random spot for some odd reason. Once I got enough distance between me and the pigmen, I was able to fly the short distance home. Then I went on a rampage to get skill points on the easy mobs, using my beams to beam things as as I could. In the morning, I had enough skill points to get an upgrade. This unlocked the Unibeam. The upgrade shoots a long beam out of my chest, dealing 18 damage and breaking any vegetation and glass in the way. Let's test this out on this skeleton. And wow, it took all the leaves off that tree. And just in time for another prison break to beam some of these boys. And well, it's a little difficult to use since you can't move, so I just used the regular beams and went on to punch the rest of them. Well, except this lone guy. Looks like punching is just the best option. And then another meteor came down from the sky. Without delay, I grabbed my vial and headed to the crash site. And for some reason, I guess I am doing it wrong, or I have the wrong item. What a bummer. I'm so bad at this. Back home, I harvested my wheat. Even Iron Man needs to eat. Also, looks like I had a little too much fun with the Unibeam as I blew out most of the windows in my home. Let's just fix those up. Now to do something about my damaged armor. Going to need the suit repairs unit, and as you can see, it requires 2 emerald blocks. From all the mining I've done, pork chops, wheat, cooked fish, or chicken. So I started off by taking down as many mobs as I could for resources. I figured this alone wouldn't be enough, so I stopped by a cave to grab some iron and, well, I kind of forgot to get coal. Good thing coal is all over. I made a bucket and an iron hoe. Turns out the Unibeam is really good for clearing out grassy areas. Iron Man, more like farming man. I found some sheep for wool and punched down some trees with my incredible strength, and then made a small pen area. I grew some wheat with the bone I got from some skeletons and used the wheat to lure in some sheep. I also made sure to steal as much wheat from the village as possible. If it's not wheat growing, I don't need it. We need maximum wheat. With my first trades, I was able to get 4 emeralds. I pretty much felt like this all-powerful being hovering in the sky and stealing all of their goods. I was able to shear enough sheep to get another emerald, and then found the jackpot of pigs to secure 3 more emeralds. And after repeating this process a few times over a few days, I finally had enough emeralds to make my way back home. Only ended up taking a single day since it was a straight beeline to my base. Here I crafted up my 2 blocks and made the repairs unit, and for whatever reason it wasn't doing anything. And spending another day researching, it turns out I need to make a generator to power it. I think I have everything to craft it except for some ice. How nice. In the morning, I came up with the ingenious plan to grab some water and head up to the nearby mountaintop. Here I can make an unlimited water source to turn into a small pond. Already the ice is starting to form. And before I started getting ready to get Silk Touch, I saw that there is a way to craft ice. So I made a piece and smelted up some aluminum. And then I realized I needed packed ice. So back to snowballs I go. And after a few crafts, I got my packed ice. Real fast, I ran into the caves and grabbed some additional iron and redstone, and a few extra ores for sure. Next, I crafted up 2 fans, the temperature regulator, and engine. Last but not least, we got the generator. Oh yeah, might need some copper cables too. I moved the crafting table and bed to make some room, and then my house got swarmed by zombies, so I flew away and decided to wait the horde out. Now, after messing with the cables forever, I just put put the generator right next to the repair unit. To power the generator, I can use coal, but it will suck through it super fast. Looks like lightning ingots supply a good amount. And just like that, my Iron Man suit is back to full durability. Now, I want to get some new abilities unlocked, just need 10 more points. I harvested my wheat and waited till the word. I have no clue. Yeah, still no idea. Maybe a flare? Since I am only 9 points short of the next level, I run into the caves and fight some enemies. Now my night vision is working for some reason. I rank myself up and it doesn't let me use the next ability. Let's just head out of here. For the next night, I spend my time grinding more and more mobs to get some more points. The machine gun shoulders are my new favorite ability. It shreds through mobs. With it being daytime, I still need 30 more skill points. With another night of fighting done, I have enough skill points to unlock the next ability, Power Dive. This ability lifts me up in the air and slams me down, dealing any damage to nearby mobs. Sorry, Mr. Sheep, gonna need you for some testing purposes. Looks like it does its job. The bullets are still the best though. Let's toss another lightning ingot in the generator and get my armor back to full durability. I decide it's time to look at some of the newer suits that are available, and while looking, I suddenly hear a knock on the door. Wait, isn't that the guy? He runs at me, attacking me with an axe. Both of us throwing punches, I am able to get him back with my repulsors. Taking the fight outside, I am able to use my shoulder bullets to keep him at bay. He launches an attack that rings my ears and keeps me from being able to move. The only thing I can do is stand here and swing around. Shooting some more beams, my house takes a bit of damage to the windows. As a dagger flies at me, I am able to get a wrist rocket off, knocking my foe far back. Using my bullets and repulsors, I am able to scare him off a bit. But he was able to take cover for my whole unibeam attack. Next, he sprouts wings and is able to dodge most of my bullets. Repulsors always do a good job. This time with another unibeam attack, I'm able to get a good follow-up with beams for some massive damage. He takes off to the sky, knowing it is hard to keep track of him. But with a well-timed wrist rocket, I get a direct hit. Suddenly, it begins to rain and my foe has a near miss with a lightning bolt. After giving a direct hit with a missile and following up with some punches, I am able to give the final hit not needed only for a victory, but sweet revenge. But then something I really didn't expect appeared. Godzilla, here to become king of the world.
Doing good has never tasted better. Use the Too Good To Go app to pick up surplus foods from local shops, and everybody wins.
In today's video, we will be going through the 2010 American science fiction disaster film Skyline. Spoiler up her husband, Jared. He is intrigued by the blinding light coming from the window. He then gets up and ventures out to inspect the bizarre event. As he stares directly into the blue flash, his eyes light up and something seems to take over him. The movie then cuts to the previous day. Elaine and Jared are seen on a plane traveling to Los Angeles. They are going to LA for Jared's friend Terry's birthday party. Terry and Jared are really close friends. Jared is very excited to meet his best friend and his assistant Denise by the pool. Candace isn't too fond of Terry's assistant. At Terry's party later that night, he introduces Jared to his friend Ray. Ray accidentally leaks to Jared and Elaine that Terry is going to offer Jared a job in LA. This upsets Elaine as she doesn't want them to move. Jared goes to check up on Elaine. She then reveals that she's pregnant. Jared isn't so excited by the news. The movie cuts back to the present. Ray and Denise are sleeping in Terry's living room after his birthday party. The lights again cascade on Earth. Its arrival causes things in the room to rattle. Ray is woken up by the light and noise. Curious, he lifts the window blinds to check. After staring into the light, his eyes light up and his face is taken over by veins as he ventures further out. All of a sudden, he disappears as if he got devoured by the strange light. Watching it unfold, Denise screams for help. Jared quickly comes out to check up on her. Denise tells him that Jared collapses on the ground. After the lights disappear, Jared recovers and his face goes back to normal. The group notices that 911 calls aren't being answered.
The internet has stopped updating news and TV stations have stopped broadcasting. Puzzled by the strange incidents, Terry and Jared decide to go out and investigate. They go to the condominium roof to investigate the lights. When they get on the roof, Jared closes the door behind him without realizing that it automatically gets locked. Nevertheless, they continue their inspection. They notice that each blue flash is being sent out by a strange flying alien drone. The light causes people to become zombie-like and immobilized. They are then collected by the drones. There's also a giant alien spaceship from which the alien drones are coming out from. Jared takes some pictures of the machine. Just then, a drone suddenly starts approaching the condominium. Jared and Terry flee in a hurry. They desperately attempt to open the locked door, but to no success. As the drone gets closer, Elaine opens the door from the other side, but accidentally ends up looking directly into the aliens' light. Elaine gets hypnotized and gets drawn towards the blue light, but Jared pulls her back in. He is able to save her and close the door in time. Elaine recovers, but Jared seems to still be suffering from the effects of the blue light. He still has strange marks on his body. While looking at the photos taken by Jared of the alien machines, Candace sees photos of Terry getting intimate with his assistant. Terry then heads out and looks for his neighbor, Walt. He is searching for him so they can all leave in Walt's and Terry's car. As Terry grabs Walt's car keys, the flying alien attacks Walt's condo. Terry and Walt hide from the light behind furniture, but the flying alien extends its lit tentacles into the condo. Walt's dog runs towards the creature and Walt tries to stop it, but he gets abducted. A terrified Terry then runs back to his condo. Jared speculates that the open water might be a safer place as there are no machines flying over the sea, but Elaine refuses to leave the condo and travel anywhere. As they start arguing, the flying machine appears out of the window and scouts for humans. They hide, and after the machine leaves, they decide to travel far away from the cities. They leave in two separate cars. Candace goes with Jared and Elaine, while Denise goes with Terry. In the parking lot, they encounter a bickering couple, Colin and Jen. They are also preparing to flee the building. Just as Terry's car exits the garage, it is flattened by a massive four-legged alien. Denise gets killed, but Terry somehow manages to survive. He tries to run back into the garage, but is abducted by the alien. Jared, Elaine, and Candace retreat into the garage. In the garage, they encounter another alien life form in the shape of a large multi-tentacled squid. It chases them throughout the garage. Colin gets hypnotized by the light and is taken by the alien. The squid then corners the rest of the group. It advances towards them, but the building's concierge, Oliver, slams into it with an SUV and kills it. The group finds Colin alive inside the squid. They try to free him, but the squid suddenly comes back to life. It then sucks out Colin's brain and replaces its own brain with it. The group flees, but now they are being chased by a much bigger alien. It abducts Jen as they run back into the building. The remaining group is then chased by another alien, but they manage to get into the building. The remaining four then rush to Terry's apartment. They block their door and keep an eye on the aliens. The next day arrives. Marks on Jared's body progressively get worse. He reveals that when the light took over him completely, he strangely felt powerful. Jared starts getting restless. He insists on getting to the marina. The other three disagree and things start to heat up in the room. They are then interrupted by loud sounds coming from outside. The United States Air Force has launched an attack against the alien spaceship and the flying alien drones. The USAF is using stealth unmanned combat aerial vehicles and conventional drone aircraft armed with air-to-air missiles. A long sky war follows and the four watch it through their condo. A stealth plane zooms towards the alien spaceship, piercing through its drone aerial defense. A flying alien drone eventually destroys the stealth bomber by crashing into it, but not before the stealth bomber unleashes a nuclear missile onto the gigantic alien spaceship. Upon impact, a blinding light takes over, followed by the sound of a ginormous explosion. The detonation blows the ship apart and kills the aliens. The survivors start rejoicing with joy, but soon, to their dismay, the aliens survive and the ship slowly begins to repair itself. Jared notices army helicopters dropping combat soldiers on the roof of the buildings. Jared is adamant about asking the army for help, but Oliver wishes to stay inside and tries to restrain him. It enrages Jared. Something takes over him and he physically starts to change. His eyes turn white and veins begin to appear on his face and body. In anger, he physically lifts Oliver by his neck and vows that he will protect his family. Jared then calms down. He holds Elaine and then caresses her head. He convinces Elaine to come with her. The couple then leaves for the rooftop while Oliver
If you have an extra 10 minutes in your day, you have time for this math. I can live my life for those 10 minutes and then rinse it off.
Fuel your baby's potential. Try new Enfamil NeuroPro.
Oliver and Candace stay in the condominium. Jared and Elaine are soon spotted and a helicopter flies towards them. Meanwhile, at the condominium, while monitoring the events outside through Terry's optical equipment, Candace accidentally exposes herself to the light. She is then pulled outside by the alien drone. The alien is then blown apart by a soldier through a handheld surface-to-air missile. The rescue helicopter gets closer to Jared and Elaine, but gets attacked by another gigantic alien. The soldier fires a missile at this gigantic alien and manages to take it down, but the giant takes down the rescue helicopter and the soldiers along with it. The giant alien suddenly resuscitates and is enraged. It starts attacking the whole building. Anticipating his inevitable doom, Oliver turns on the gas stove and waits for the alien to find him. Eventually, the aliens spot him in the condominium and kill him, but not before he ignites a lighter and blows up the room and the alien. At the roof, Jared and Elaine start to run inside the building but are met by an alien squid. It chases them to the roof and manages to grab Elaine with its tentacles. Jared chops the alien's tentacles and saves her. They flee, but eventually the alien grabs Jared and attempts to devour him. Elaine picks up the axe and attacks the alien on its brain. The alien collapses but soon gets up and tries to devour her. An enraged Jared starts physically changing again and kills the alien for good. However, he gets badly injured by the alien's tentacles and is rendered immobile. Elaine refuses to leave Jared alone. They then accept their fate, look into the blue light, and are sucked into the mothership. A short video montage then shows that the large cities such as New York City, London, Hong Kong have all caved to the invasion, and the aliens appear to have taken over the entire world. Elaine wakes up inside the alien ship on a pile of other human bodies. Machines are seen sucking human brains through tubes. The aliens are scouting the piles to find human brains. One alien probes her but leaves her alone since she is pregnant. Elaine then spots Jared in the pile but is forced to watch helplessly as he is pulled in. His brain is sucked in and his body is discarded. Elaine is transferred to another chamber where other pregnant women are kept. Jared's brain, glowing red instead of the usual aliens' blue, is inserted into a new alien's head, and he retains control over the alien's body. He later comes to the aid of Elaine and their unborn child when other aliens advance towards her. Elaine gets scared when the alien starts moving towards her after killing the other aliens, but soon recognizes Jared when he caresses her belly and forehead. He then turns around to confront the advancing aliens. The movie ends. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like the video if you enjoyed it and subscribe to the channel to see more of these movie summaries. In today's video, we will be going through the 2014 British science Pause for hydration. Stop for nothing.
As bananas ruled the world and pear kind was on the brink of extinction, one brave pear, a hero named Fruitius Maximus, jumped back in time using his homemade time machine to rewrite history and save everyone. During his travels, he met up with famous detective Professor Layton and set about taking down the banana empire piece by piece. With the help of powerful allies such as plums, monkeys, long boys and big boys, Fruitius and his crew completed creature stage and embarked into tribal stage with the help of a pear sympathizer named Bananakin Skywalker. Having found that the banana empire went much deeper than Fruitius ever imagined, he was hopeful of seeking help from his old friends the Brown Village. But to his unmitigated horror, he found they had been taken over by none other than the bananas themselves. In a state of shock, Fruitius decided he couldn't tell the rest of the tribe. It would break their spirits. They were busy befriending and taming the local population of melons, but Fruitius had to save the Brown Village. For all he knew, they could be being held hostage. How was he gonna... Fruitius spotted the giant silhouette of a human man. It was an epic Eren Jaeger, and it wasn't at all far away from the Brown Villagers' base. Frutius came up with a genius but dangerous plan. If he could free the Brown Village though, he was willing to risk it all. And without further ado, he set out alone, directly towards the epic Eren Yeager. His plan was to draw Eren Yeager's attention towards himself. Then he would kite Eren towards the Brown Village and have him do the dirty work instead. It took a few tries because, as it turned out, Eren Yeager was a little bit afraid of crowded spaces. But after kiting him towards the bananas again and again, he eventually took the bait. And, while the banana chieftain chased Eren away, Frutius began to attack the village. Within a second, the banana chief had returned, and Frutius's plan was in tatters. But hearing the distant cries of warfare, the rest of the pairs appeared as backup, and an all-out battle commenced. Eren Yeager continued to wreak havoc in the background, but it seemed that Frutius had underestimated his comrades. They were in this together after all, and with an almighty team effort, and despite fighting the banana's best soldier, Farmer Bobbins, they brung the Brown Village to its knees. Unfortunately though, there was still no sign of the original Brown Village, and with a bunch of wild mutated plums attempting to steal their food, the pairs headed back to base empty-mittened. Frutius had not yet given up hope that the original Brown Village was still out there, and with this, he set about scouting out the other tribes in the area. There was the Green Village, who were a bunch of bananas, the Cyan Village, who were a bunch of bananas, and the Pink Village, who were being attacked by another epic. This time, it was the Cart Titan. This was perfect. Frutius could employ the same technique he had just used. Attacking the Pink Village base would be easy if they were distracted by the Cart Titan. What? As if by magic, it seemed the Cart Titan had vanished into thin air. Well, there goes that plan, thought Frutius. It seemed he would be relying on Eren Yeager once again. He chose the Cyan Village as his next targets, once again kiting Eren Yeager over towards their base. All was going well, but just as Eren Yeager was about to lay waste to the Cyan Village, the Pink Village, having scared away the Cart Titan, began to attack the other pairs. Frutius rushed back just in time. The Pink Village were no match for the pairs' combined attacks, and even Bananakin Skywalker helped out to defend their home. The Pink Village were repelled for now. Not wanting to be attacked by everyone around them, Frutius and the tribe decided to change tactics. They needed to make at least some allies,